Hey, what is up, everybody? It's me, Anthony, here back with another movie review. This time we're going back to Netflix. Haven't watched a Netflix movie in a while, and this one is Leave the World Behind. A family vacation on Long Island is interrupted by two strangers bringing news of a blackout. Both families must decide how best to survive the potential crisis, all while grappling with their place in this collapsing world. So I saw the trailer to this movie a while back, and I thought to myself, you got Julia Roberts, you got Mahershala Ali, you got Ethan Hawke, Kevin Bacon. This movie looks like it can do no wrong, but I should know better by now. Even if you have an amazing cast, it doesn't always all come together. And I think that's what I would have to say if somebody came to me randomly around the street, just say, hey, Anthony, dude on YouTube that I only watched one time or never even heard of. What are your thoughts about that new Netflix movie with Julia Roberts and Mahershala Ali, man? What'd you think about it? And I would just say, this doesn't always work out, man. But this isn't going to be a total hate fest on this film. I don't think this movie is totally bad. I think there's some elements of the movie that just make it a little bit more not for me, at least. But I can totally see where people would be like, this is a great movie for me. I really connected with it. I really liked it. But you came here for my opinion, and that's what I'm going to give to you. I will say that I felt like some early M. Night Shyamalan vibes from this film. It kind of reminded me of a little bit of Signs at some point, and then some point it kind of reminded me of The Happening. It has this question that it's asking us, the audiences, what do we think is going on? And I know a lot of movies pretty much do that. Most movies do it, hey, what do you think about the movie? But this movie in particular, it's really you trying to figure out what is happening, as well as the characters in the film are trying to figure out what is going on. And like I said, the cast is stacked in this film, so everybody knows what they're doing. They're seasoned professionals, but the dialogue that they're given, it's not that it's bad dialogue, it just feels like it doesn't really progress the story along. You'll have Mahershala Ali and Julia Roberts' character having a discussion that should be meaningful, and I should totally care more about what they're saying. But when people talk in this film, I find it really hard to pay attention or even care what they're talking about. Like I said, it doesn't move the story along, and then throughout the whole film, characters are talking about stuff, and then they'll talk about it again, and then they'll talk about it again, and then some event will happen, and then they'll talk about it again, and then some event will happen that will force them to move the story along. And this movie is long, and you can totally feel that 2-hour plus runtime in this film. And I'm not here to say that movies shouldn't be so long. I know that was a rhetoric for a while, or movies are too long, I don't got time. I get that if you don't have time to watch a 2-hour plus movie. But I feel like this year alone, we've had really great 2-hour plus movies, and people are like, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen. The latest example I have for that is the latest Spider-Man film, Across the Spider-Verse. That film was 2 hours plus, and throughout the whole time, I was like, man, this better not end. This better not end. And when they got to that ending, that cliffhanger ending, and if you watched it, you know what I mean? I was at the edge of my seat saying, no, I want 2 hours more. I want 2 hours more of this. It also doesn't help that these characters aren't really that interesting, and they're kind of not that good of a people. And I think that's what this film was kind of going for, kind of look at humanity and how the people aren't really that good. And it's trying to take a look at what humans would do if there was some kind of, apocalyptic thing that would happen in our world. And I totally get that. And I'm not saying that there isn't a place for that in cinema, but for me, it didn't really work, because the whole time I was I don't care about any of these people. I don't care about what's going to happen to them. I'm not invested into them. They're all not that great. I don't care. But I think that this film's biggest downfall is that it is billed as a thriller. They're marketing it as one, and the thrill aspect isn't really there. I mean, it's 1 or 2 scenes that was actually thrilling, but then we go back into this dialogue that nobody really cares about, so it kind of drags down the movie. And then we get to the ending, which is supposed to be the big reveal, everything that all these characters have been mundanely talking about and leading us up to. And we get to that ending, and it's kind of meh. In the end, guys, I think that this film could have been better off as a TV series, and I really think that it would have done really well as a TV series, because it would have had time to flesh everything out, flesh characters out, flesh storylines out, flesh the story itself out. And even with its long runtime of 2 hour plus minutes, it feels like it just had so much more to say, but it didn't have enough time to do it. Which again, like I said, it's kind of funny because this movie is 2 hours plus long, so it's kind of like, I think you had enough time to tell it, but maybe not. But of course, guys, the most important thing that I want to know is, what did you guys think of this? Did you like it? Did you hate it? How do you feel about the cast? Do you think the cast did amazing? I think the cast did pretty good. It's just the movie itself kind of was like, yeah. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this movie. I know there's a lot of people that really like this film, so I'm really interested. If you are one of those people, let me know what I'm missing here, or what did you like about the film that I didn't really get or anything. But as always, guys, don't forget to like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Either way, it helps the channel because it just tells YouTube that, hey, I really like this, or hey, I really hated this, and we should show it to more people so they can hate it. But as always, guys, you know what to do. Keep watching movies.